So quick change, I have countersunk my holes here and I've widened these so that they can take a 3mm screw. I think they were designed for 2.5 but I didn't have any of those. So I'm gonna go secure this by putting a lock nut on the bottom in here and then passing the M3 screw from the top and into there. So we'll get that done and show you what that looks like. So hit a bit of a snag. So looks like my canopy was not glued straight. So you can see right here that is kind of at an angle like that. It's actually more pronounced when I try to close the canopy. It's just crooked. I suspect that the mount points in the back there, and I think those were not glued properly or something. So I'm gonna have to undo this canopy and figure out what the hell's going on there. So I think I figured out the canopy and it works now. So you can see it goes down great and comes up great. It's a little less crooked, but what I figured out that I had to do is, well, drop the canopy and then while it's in this position, screw in these 3 nuts or bolts that secure the canopy in place, and that way once you set that, then it should stay just fine. So with that, I'm gonna check the locks and make sure that they lock correctly and do the appropriate mixing so that the locks and the canopy rays work together. Okay, so we have our canopy and latch system working correctly. So we're gonna turn on some lights, and that's locked. We're gonna unlock the canopy, and we can raise it, and then we can bring it back down and lock it, and that is not going anywhere. So that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. So the key lesson here was that, like I said, when you're trying to get the canopy on, have it in this position and locked. Go through the door here and use that as an access to actually get the 3 screws or bolts that go right over there secured so that the canopy is aligned correctly. Attaching the nose plate is fairly easy. We need 4 and 3 screws and lock nuts. Those come in your kit, and you get this piece for the nose, and basically we just have to line up these with those slots, and then there are 2 spots, one on the top, one on the bottom, which each take 2 M3 screws to secure the nose armature or frame piece in place. So we're gonna just rotate that in place, and it's perfectly seated, and then we're gonna screw these guys in position. Get my handy tool here to hold the lock nut, and then we're going to tighten this. Not too tight, just finger tight, because I want to insert all 4, 2 up here, 2 down here before I tighten. Result, you can see the 2 bolts at the top, the 2 M3s secured by 2 M3 lock nuts, and on the bottom, same situation. We have 2 M3s secured by 2 M3 lock nuts, and so this guy's not going anywhere, and all that's left is the bolt that goes in the front right here, which is this guy, and we will use that to sort of lock the nose cone in its place. It's a weighted piece of, it looks like metal with a thread, click an M4 thread, and once you slide the cone over, then you can use this guy to actually lock the nose cone in place. Nose cone looks like fitting over the support armature nose piece, so it just goes over like that, and you can see there's curvatures on top and bottom side, and this actually corresponds to the curvature on the side of the jet. So this nose cone is gonna go like that, and you see it fits just right. And then we're gonna get our screw here, and as I tighten it, that's perfect right there. It just sits pretty flush with the sides of this nut and the top.